Greetings and welcome to a Center for Enlightenment production. I'm your host, Bartholomew, and we'll be looking today at the spiritual universe that exists all around us. A lot of people have countered with science that spirituality is and religion are passé. Well, first of all, you have on one hand religion, which is, the great religions of the world, and they're constructed of a lot of ritual, a lot of structure. Then you have sort of the free-flowing ebb and tide of spirituality, which has got a spark and a flame that people sense there's more to us than just a physical body. But it doesn't have the morals and dogma, to make a pun at the Freemasons there, of religion. So you have this idea that you've got to choose between religion on one hand, which has structures, and say, for example, in the Catholic tradition, the apostolic power is particularly believed to be passed down through Peter into the popes, and then each of the popes consecutively has the power of Christ on earth. So you've got this idea that you've got an authority to go to, which is a good thing when you're dealing with, say, exorcisms. It's nice to have that power of authority that you can lean on against forces that exist, and people still to this day are like, no, that's just that's crazy, that's quacky, that's nuts. And the problem is that it's real. Evil spirits exist, spirits exist, spirits that are kind of neutral, but they're really, when you try to evaluate it, what is neutral? Neutral for us means every dog for themselves, every man, every spirit, every woman for themselves. That's not really neutral. That's actually a shady, gray area of evil. Why is that? Why do I say spirits that are neutral are evil? Well, why did Jesus stand up and say to the whole assembly, if you who are evil know how to do what's good to your sons and your daughters, how much more so would your Father know how to do good to you? So what's that mean? What does it mean, evil? Well, what it really means, if you think of an analogy of the sunlight, which is pushing out energy and positive vibration, life force, photon packets, and a black hole, which is about me and mine and getting for me and build up my toys and get my castle and get my car and get the girls and get the money and get the gold and get the diamonds and get the resources, and that's black hole energy. And we can't exist on a planet where the majority of people are being spoon-fed the idea that it's about you and the black hole within you, and trying to fill that with people or places or things. Those things never truly satisfy. What satisfies is God, and each of us has within us kind of a corridor or an empty chamber, the center of our temple, if you will, where God belongs. Until you have God living inside of you, you don't have living springs of water, of light, of energy to give to people, because you're empty on the inside. And so you're always trying to go on a vacation, or get presents, or get cars, or get stuff, or drink enough alcohol, or smoke enough, take enough drugs to fill this void within you that you can only fill by plugging into God. So these four types of love, this is the love called agape, and it's a life force unto itself. It's the love of God, and having that love flow through you is what will shift the earth's paradigm from a me centered earth to a we centered earth. So that's the concept we're going forward with. That's the transition, the transmutation, if you will, from humans in a selfish state to humans in an illuminated kind of philosophical consciousness, where you know that to give is also to get. Think of it like this. It's kind of this energy dynamic. You can sit at home all day and wait for the telephone to ring, and it just doesn't ring. The business isn't there, or the persons or peoples don't call. But if you go out and you do something, if you put out energy into the universe, then when you get back, you'll notice the answering machine is full. So how is that possible? Well, it's just the energy dynamic. That which is not in motion remains motionless. But when you go ahead and move and start doing things, then things start happening. It's you have to create a vacuum in order for it to be filled. You can't just sit there and wait for things to happen. And it is the same way with the earth. So let's call it a shot there, and we'll take a look at what we can do with the green screen, and maybe travel to Paris and put the Eiffel Tower behind us.